over in the corporate front. We rarely touch this front, but today we are. The Bank of the Philippine Islands, or BPI, is working on expanding the share of its sustainability initiatives in its overall lending portfolio. The Ayala-led bank said more than half of their portfolio is already linked to sustainability initiatives, although the company still sees room for growth. BPI is currently holding its annual Sustainability Awareness Month with the theme Beyond Green. The month-long campaign offers activities geared toward empowering businesses and the public to adopt sustainable practices and lifestyles. And here to talk about the Sustainability Initiative Beyond Green, we have with us BPI's Chief Sustainability Officer, Eric Luchangco. Eric, thank you for making the time.
Yeah, no, good evening, and thanks for having me here. Thank you.
Let's talk about why a bank would be so into sustainability.
You know,
First and foremost.
I think in many ways sustainability is a choice that we make, right? You can, I think, similar to you can choose how to use the information that you were talking about earlier. Sustainability is a choice, as in, is it something that you want to do or not? And I think BPI has really been committed to its sustainability journey. I mean, we started down this journey formally as far back as 2008, before sustainability was really kind of a buzzword that it is today. But we started on that, and we've been making progress along that journey since that time. And it's something that's important to us, not just for us to do, but something that we can share with our customers and our clients as well.
You're absolutely right. It is a buzzword. And a lot of people in the past would say, hindi, greenwashing lang yan. Right? So tell us why you are not greenwashing, and tell us exactly how your bank clients can feel your sustainability efforts over at BPI.
Well, there are many ways, right? And so when we interact with our clients, we try to share with them the experiences that we've been through. So, for example, BPI has converted all of its corporate centers, three key buildings, to receive only renewable energy. We've made the conversion of our branches to become EDGE certified branches, which means that they're determined to have savings in terms of electricity, in terms of water usage, in terms of the materials that they use. And because of that, we've enjoyed certain benefits from it, right? And so we try to share that experience with our customers and tell them how they can also share, or how they can also enjoy the benefits that sustainability has brought to us. And for us, we really think of it as, I guess it's a journey for us, and it is a kind of a mission for us as well, right?
When you say savings in terms of adopting renewable energy into your corporate offices, what do you mean by that? Savings in terms of
operational costs.
Yes. In terms of adopting renewable energy, that's not so much about cost savings. I mean, we do engage so that solar or wind power is supplied to us. And that's what we use in terms of our energy consumption. But I guess the savings I was talking about is more like, for example, with our EDGE certified branches, because the EDGE certification requires that you use lower consumption electricity, or lower consumption light bulbs, lower flow faucets, and therefore you have savings out of that.
How about in terms of your portfolio? What sustainable initiatives have you added?
In terms of our portfolio, I mean, if you look at our portfolio all across the board, we have sustainability-linked loans that we've extended, right? And I think it was mentioned that over 50% of our portfolio is linked to various sustainability initiatives. So that's, I mean, it's in terms of renewable energy, it's in terms of sustainable agriculture. So all across the board, whether it's energy savings or climate resilience.
Give us one just to help us envision everything. Can you give us your favorite use case or example? It could be anything. It could be the slow flow faucets, the energy saving light bulbs.
Because when you talk about sustainability, it's such a broad term. We want to understand it in practical terms. What do you mean when you say go sustainable?
Well, it's hard to identify any one single project, but gosh, there are really so many. But
off the top of your head, just a favorite one that you would tell someone because it maybe exhibits or shows in the best and most simple way possible.
Well,
the impact of your initiatives.
And so maybe in terms of our own experience, right? When we converted our air conditioners, so the old BPI head office had, of course, old air conditioning systems. And when we converted it into the modern air conditioning systems, we saved so much electricity, over 1 million pesos a month in electricity savings. And we saved so much electricity that Meralco actually sent somebody over to check if there was something wrong with the meter in our building, right? Because that's how much the savings were. And that's some of the kind of savings that, or the benefits that we try to share with our customers, saying, we did this, we think it's going to be very helpful to you. And we try and guide them down the process of doing that.
Would it translate, for example, on giving a loan to a company that is like-minded in a way? For example, it's an e-bike or an EV company. Are you willing to, are more willing, or are there maybe better terms if such a company takes out a loan with BPI?
Yeah, and I think not just companies, on a retail level, we've launched our e-vehicle loan solutions. And what we've done for these is, so typically most auto loans only go up to 5 years, but for e-vehicles, we've decided to extend that to 6 to 7 years. And so far, we've done, since we've launched the program last year, we've done over 2 billion in terms of loans extended for
These are
e-vehicles.
retail loans?
Retail loans.
Just for e-vehicles?
Yes.
2 billion?
Right. Yeah.
Wow.
Eric, as you mentioned, it has been a journey for BPI. It started in 2000s. But what were some of the challenges or lessons that you've learned along the way that I guess you could also share with other companies who are looking to promote sustainability as well?
Well, in the early years, when it wasn't a buzzword, you were trying to do a lot of things, and people thought that, I think a lot of people thought that sustainability was just an expensive toy or just something that you did if you had a lot of money. And so one of the challenges that we've had is trying to show them how it benefits them as well. And in fact, at BPI, our philosophy is, we call it ESG plus E2, right? And ESG, of course, refers to environment, social, and governance, which are the typical things that you think of in terms of sustainability. But the E2 for us is to add an economic aspect to it, which is to try and realize how sustainability can really work in your favor, even from an economic perspective, right? And in our view, sustainability that doesn't help you from an economic perspective cannot or will generally not be sustainable over the long term. So the program itself doesn't become sustainable. So you have to find a way for it to work for you as well.
And that's why you've been talking about savings.
Yes.
Because then it becomes a practical adaptation for the company. Talk to us about sustainable loans. How do MSMEs take advantage of the sustainable loans? I know you're giving out loans for solar panels,
Yes, that's right.
for homes, right?
That's right.
So apart from that, what else do you have?
So we have, I mean, it's not just solar panels, and I think for many smaller companies, one of the potential uses is to actually save, to engage, to like install energy saving lights or to low flow faucets or other forms of lower
Anything
usage.
that you'd like to, if you want to convert into
Yes.
being more sustainable
Yes.
across the board,
Yes.
then
And
BPI is there to help.
Yes, and in
Okay.
fact, what we do is we provide technical consultants that help them identify how much savings you can generate out of doing something like this. So if you were to take a loan from us, here's how we think you should do it, right? You change these lights, you change these faucets, and that's how you're going to save money. And the amount that you're going to be paying in interest for this loan will actually be paid for by the savings that you will have.
We
in
might
terms of
need
the
it
usage.
here.
In big companies like here, okay, that would totally work. But I understand a lot of MSMEs are also your clients. Most of our businesses around here, 90% I think fall under MSMEs. How can they avail or benefit from your sustainability journey?
But even that, right? I mean, you say, okay, maybe it's a small company and they can't say we can't be sending technical consultants to every small company. But by this time, we already have certain formulas, right? Oh, how big is your space? What kind of light bulbs are you using now? And then we have a general idea already of how much savings they can generate, how much of a loan they would need to take out. and we provide them with that information to make the journey easier for them.
Okay, so what's in store? Really last question, because I can see we're running out of time, as that sign says. What can we look forward to from your department?
Well, I think from our perspective, and again, we engage in this Sustainability Awareness Month to really try and share the journey that we have with other people, right? To kind of broaden how widely sustainability is understood. That's what we're trying to do with this Sustainability Awareness Month. And through the course of the rest of this month, we'll be continuing to engage in such activities. But of course, that mindset doesn't end with this month, right? It'll continue onwards.
Okay, so I guess like-minded individuals can now bank with BPI and sleep soundly, knowing that their bank of choice, practices the same principles or has the same principles as them. But thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to come over here tonight and talk us through all of that. BPI Chief Sustainability Officer Eric Luchangco, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.